Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we will be doing the single crochet tutorial. If you have done the double crochet tutorial with me, then the single crochet tutorial will be a breeze. So here's what it looks like. It's just a simple, easy stitch here, and this is what we're going to be making, just a little sample. A few rows here, so let's get into it. We will need a yarn needle. As usual, I am using the 5.5 millimeter, which is an I or a 9. You will need a scissor. Excuse the barking in the background, that would be my German Shepherd who thinks he hears everything in the world. And then a yarn needle, and I will not forget to weave in the ends like in the last video. I apologize for that. I will show you how to do that as well. So to begin with, we are going to start with a slip knot, or in my case, I'm going to just tie a knot around the hook, because that is how I like to do it. To get started, if you want to use a slip knot, you certainly can do so. I just prefer to do it this way, as mentioned before, when I'm working back and forth in rows. So, because we're not following any pattern, I'm not going to have a specific number of stitches that I'm going to do. I'm going to chain 15 to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I got my desired length here of 15 stitches. Now to begin row 1, I am, as always, going to turn my work. So I'm working from the right to the left. If you're left-handed, you can work from the left to the right, so just do the opposite of what I'm doing. I am going to start by single crocheting into the second chain from the hook. Now, if you watched my last video, I did show you how to find that. If you didn't, however, I will now show you how to find that as well. So we're going to skip this this chain right here, which is the one that we just came out of, as you can see, and we are going to crochet into this one right here. This is the second, so we're going to count back 1, 2. All right, so to make a single crochet, we are going to insert our hook. We are going to yarn over. We are going to pull up a loop. Now we should have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. And that is a single crochet stitch. We are going to do that 13 more times along with me. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, so there's 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. And as you go on, depending on your tension, if you are a beginner, your tension's probably going to be either pretty loose or pretty tight. Mine is still, I have a tighter tension. So you will notice as I continue to do this little sample here that my ends are going to curl in a little bit, kind of like this. If you can see that, how they're curled like that. Now, you can fix that easily by blocking it at the end. Also, it's a small piece as well, so if it's a bigger piece like a scarf, it will eventually fix itself. But in the event that it doesn't, just go ahead and block it. Or if you're like me and you want to do an easy version, just set a heavy book on it for like 24 hours. That's how I usually do it, or you can pin it to a blocking board, however you choose to block it. But that'll take care of those curling edges, just because, as I said before, I have a tighter tension, so you will probably notice that it's going to do that starting with the second row on this, and it might do that with yours as well. But anyway, back to the tutorial here. So I am going to find my next stitch, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert my hook. Oh, wait for my camera to catch up here. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And again, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. As you can see, it's starting to curl a little bit just on the tip there, which is normal, so don't worry about that. It's all about tension and the type of yarn too. If you were using a heavier yarn, it doesn't tend to do that. This is a size 4 acrylic. I always use a size 4 acrylic, as I mentioned in my previous videos. So I don't think I mentioned that when I was starting this tutorial. I apologize. I'm using a size 4 worsted weight acrylic, as I will probably do for all of my tutorials, because it's the easiest yarn to work with, in my opinion. It's light, it's not too big, not too small, so, but yeah, it's gonna curl a little bit, because it's a lighter yarn, so. Alright, so we are going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, ooh, goodness, pull up a loop, wait for my camera to catch up. Maybe not. There we go. Okay, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We are almost done. We have 3 stitches left, so let's finish those. We are going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now make sure if you have a longer tail like I do here, that you're kind of holding it out of the way, and so as not to use it to yarn over with, as it can happen. I've done it numerous times, and I've been crocheting for 20 plus years, so, and it still happens. So if you know, you do that, it's okay. Just you know, hold it out of the way as best you can, so you don't do that. And I might even do that by accident, so insert my hook, yarn over. I'm going to hold the tail to steady the end of the work here, because not only do I not want to use it to yarn over, but I don't want to actually have it wrapped up in my stitch. So I'm going to pull up a loop while still holding that tail here, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so we have completed our first row, and this is what it should look like. Now to get to our second row, because we are only doing a single stitch instead of a double, we are going to chain 1. And that's going to be our turning chain, so I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to turn my work, because again, I want to work from the right to the left. Again, if you're a lefty, you work from left to right. So now I have a chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet in the first stitch. So to find out which stitch that is, we are just gonna, obviously we just came through this one, so we are going to skip that. That's our turning chain. So we're going to crochet into this one. So I'm going to find that. As you can see, this chain obviously has 2 pieces of yarn, but we're not gonna work in here like this. We are going to go from the side, and we are going to insert our hook all the way through, as you will see here, like so. And then I'm going to not grab my tail, I'm going to grab my yarn. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So just continuing what we just did. The only difference is we're, working it from the side here, going through those stitches. So insert your hook. As you can see, you want to make sure that both strands of yarn, your hook has gone through both. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So here is what your project should look like so far. And we are about almost halfway done with the second row. So we'll continue to do that. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Oh, there we go. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And as you can see, as I mentioned, this is starting to curl on the one of the tips is starting to curl, which it's just because of my tension, which is normal, so don't worry about that. But yeah, we're 3/4 done with the second row here, so it should look like that. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have arrived at the last stitch here, and it looks a little bit different than the other stitches that we would end up going into. So I will show you how we're going to do that. This one's a little bit different. So we're going to go through it like this side, but we're going to make sure we pick up both, because as you look, you only see one, and it's easy to go through if I just put it in like so. As you can see, we only have one on there. We want to go through both. So I'm going to just make sure that that happens. It's easy to do, to miss that second one. So I just want to make sure that I went through both. So we are going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is the last stitch of the row. So just like this row, we're going to chain 1 to get to row 3. I'm going to turn my work, because again, working from right to left, and if you're lefty, left to right. And again, just like we did in the previous row, we are going to insert our hook into this first chain here, or into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, wait for my camera to catch up, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to keep doing that until the end of the row. I will take a break from speaking and I will just slowly show you so you can visually see what I'm doing. Almost to the end of this row here. Got 2 stitches left. Alright, my last stitch here, we are going to insert into the last stitch. Make sure there are 2 pieces of yarn on there to go through. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright folks, that is the 3rd row of our little sample. Great job so far. This is what your project should look like. Again, it'll probably curl a little bit like that when you let go. Don't worry about that. We are going to chain 1 and do row number 4. And again, we are going to turn our work. And like the last 2 rows, we are going to find the first stitch here, which is going to be this one here. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And do that all the way to the end. Alright. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And looks like 4 more stitches to go. This is usually the first stitch I teach people. I kind of did things out of order because of what I started with when I was doing videos, doing the granny squares and whatnot. So needless to say, had I not been working on granny squares when I started making videos, I probably would have done this stitch first. So last stitch, insert your hook, make sure you go through the 2 strands there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we will do 1 more row together to complete this little sample. So I am going to chain 1. Oop, I'm going to make sure I have enough yarn to work with here. Chain 1, turn my work, and as you can see, it's curling, which I'm used to that. I have a very tight, a very tight tension, so I am so used to that. Gonna find our first stitch, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And as you can see on the side here, it's straight across. It looks exactly the same on each row, on both sides. As you can see, my big finger's in the way there. And I'm going to finish the row out by doing the single crochet. You insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm going to finish the row by doing that. Got 3 more to go. And make sure the last one I have both strands on there before I yarn over. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is our little sample. And you can count the rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 rows there. If you want to continue going to practice, absolutely go right ahead. If you're going to finish, you've had enough of this stitch, then what we were going to do is I'm going to pull up my loop here, snip my yarn, then I'm going to pull the one end through. I'm going to tie a knot so it doesn't unravel. Okay, then in order to weave in the ends, I'm going to turn my work. I just do that for some reason, I don't know. I'm going to slide my, oh, this little piece is in the way, you can't see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to slide my hook in here, kind of through some stitches there. And I am going to just nope. This beginning strand wants to come with me here. Okay, and then I'm going to hold my work. I like to hold it right at where I tied the knot so it doesn't pull one way or the other, and then pull through. Now you can choose to trim it here, but if you're like me, I like to tie another knot so it doesn't come through. And so it's going to look like that. So I'm going to snip that. Oops. I left a little piece there so you can kind of see what I mean. Then I'm going to do the same. If you have both sides kind of look the same. If you have a preferred side that you like to looks like it's the back, then that's how I like to know where to tie my knots. So if it looks more like the back, then I'll do that. Since I already have one back here, I'm going to tie the other one back here as well, so there's not ties on both sides. So I'm going to find a few pieces here to put my needle through. And it doesn't have to be anything specific. This is just how I do it. If you want to, I only do it a few stitches in. If you want to do it all the length of your yarn, go right ahead. It's all personal preference. I'm going to hold the beginning knot that I made so it doesn't pull my work. Okay. And then I'm going to tie a knot. Pull that tight. And snip. Alright guys, and that is the finished product. And it's gonna, see how it curls? It's okay to do that. It's gonna do that. Now, if I was making like a square out of this or a scarf and it majorly did that, I would block it so it doesn't do that. Especially if I'm going to give it away to somebody or sell it. But this is the double crochet tutorial. So I appreciate you guys coming along with me for this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's an easy stitch to do. I believe that my next video tutorial will be on the ribbed single crochet stitch. Now, as far as when that will be, It's possible that it might be next Friday or the week after. I want to do a video on crocheting for beginners next week. So depending on what day that comes out, it may or may not be on Friday. If it's early in the week, then I'll do the tutorial on Friday. If it's later in the week, then I will do the tutorial the following week. So tune in for that. But next week will be the crocheting for beginners, some of my experiences, tips and tricks oh my gosh, I can't talk. Tips and tricks that I find helpful and things that I wish I would have known before I started crocheting. I wanted to share with you guys. So we will see you next week. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video and you want to see more. Also, if you have a preference as to future tutorials, please let me know in the comments. Other than that, I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.